Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! Blow the whistle! Let's go, boys!
It's time for the greatest little internet radio show, Blow the Whistle. Always live on SportsTownChicago.com and on Twitch at SportsTownChicago.
Tyler Butterball Beautyball. I knew this kid was going to be a complete mess, like a youth mess. Not mess. See, I think he needs to go to Allstate because when you're covered by mayhem.
You'll be better protected. Andrew Pepe Valentin.
How can you say that high school's sports is not about business when the IMG Academy, who is supposed to be a legitimate high school, goes for $1.25 billion?
Game time. David Double D Dykstra.
Hope and pray to God that Jordan Love twists his ankle so bad that you get to see this godforsaken mess that is Sean Mother Trucking Clifford.
Nick No Gimmicks Johnston.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, Josh Allen had the same stat line as Lamar Jackson. You're not getting him any fuss. He literally has one less touchdown than Lamar Jackson, and you're not saying anything.
Tyler Beautyball, Andrew Valentin, David Dykstra, and Nick Johnson. Your greatest little internet radio show everywhere you go. Company research. There are over 10,000 employee vacancies and pursue to help you to find the job where it is.
And welcome into Blow the Whistle. Listen, man, I'm telling you right now, that right there, Ghosts of IMS. I must have accidentally hit one of the bumpers, and it just started playing.
Oh, yeah.
It was so weird.
That was freaky.
That was weird, man.
I thought I was hearing those voices.
Not
It
just
was
you,
like, am I
not just
going
you,
crazy?
oh my
man.
goodness.
Wow.
Well, welcome into Blow the Whistle here at Illinois Media School in the SportsTownChicago.coms, all over the social medias. You can find us at Blow T Whistle 1. That's BLOWT WHISTLE1. If you want to hit us up through email, you can hit us up at blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com. Let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about, whatever you want. I'm David Double D Dykstra. I'm here with my boys.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
No gimmicks. Nick Johnston.
Tyler Butterball Beautyball will be here momentarily because he had to finish up his class.
Ooh.
He was showing the short film. I heard it was pretty decent. Was it all right?
It was pretty good. I mean, like any raw student film, there's a couple of hiccups here and there, but overall, for what they did in a day of filming and then having to edit, not bad.
It was
honestly.
So what you're saying is it was no what did we need? The statch?
Yes, yeah.
It was no the statch.
The statch. I don't know if anything will ever measure up.
Joe Nash.
I don't know if anything will measure up to that.
Yeah, right.
So
got a lot to talk about. I saw that, Kristen. You'll pay. Got a lot to talk about today.
Absolutely.
Bears. We got football news all over the place. We need to talk about some situations with some injuries going on.
Talk about some new QBs.
Yeah, some new names are entering into
Michael Penix time. Michael Penix Jr. time. Michael Penix Jr. time.
I was referring to maybe getting another Aiden O'Connell start, but that's okay.
Right?
Carson Wentz over Patrick Mahomes this week.
Oh, gee. And the famous DTR coming in to save the Cleveland Browns.
There's plenty more to get to.
Yeah. Of course, we've got to talk college football. There's some things going on this weekend called the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about what James Franklin said over the weekend.
A lot of coaches are voicing some opinions,
which is great.
Yeah.
I really do like that the coaches are coming out and saying something about this. And then we're gonna play a little game to end the show that Andrew got from one of our fans. So
yeah,
boys. Are we ready to talk about the debacle that is the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
Are you getting any closer to switching allegiances?
No,
at all,
not.
Nick. I'll let you start. What is there anything that you got out of that Minnesota game at all?
No.
Positive.
A positive. Caleb didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt physically,
He
emotionally, mentally.
I saw that sack.
yeah.
Boy, did he just get
He got walloped.
blitzed.
He got walloped.
He got cut in half almost.
And then the coach comes to defend the rookie left tackle. We see good things in him.
Yeah.
Obviously not good enough.
Keenan Allen had a nice day on paper. That was a nice little stat line. nice little connection there. It's from top to bottom. It's going to be bad. I think there is a glimmer of hope. Obviously, next year that you always put it to next year again.
Can I ask you what is floating in the ether and how you feel about it? Because there is a lot of scuttlebutt going around. I love that word, scuttlebutt. Going around that the next head coach of your Chicago Bears is going to be Mike Vrabel.
I'm not opposed to it. I would, of course, you hear the idea. Yeah, you want an offensive head coach, but he was able to get something out of Ryan Tannehill. Granted, they did have Derrick Henry, who was an MVP at the time for sure, but there's potential all across the board on that offense to get something done. The right offensive it starts with the right offensive coordinator, because if you really get down to the idea that if the right decision was made at the beginning of the year not to get Shane Waldron, I'm sure Matt Eberflus would have bought himself a little bit more time too. If that offensive coordinator decision was made.
That's the whole reason Waldron was brought in, is because Eberflus didn't want to be outshined.
Yeah.
Point blank, end of story. I'm completely convinced of that.
There's that. There's also everyone's pointing to everyone's agent is all the same in this same building. It seems like so.
There's a lot of connections apparently.
Well, yeah.
And who's doing the hiring?
And I'm sure the Bears aren't the only team that does that. But again, it's just like when it's so egregious right there. It's like, oh yeah, his agent is that guy, and oh yeah, his agent is all the same guy. So again, there's a lot of pointing in all directions.
So I made an outrageous statement. I think it was after the third debauchery of, I think it was the Vikings game where they didn't call the timeout and everything like that. I am on record as saying the Bears will not win another game the rest of the season.
Oh, they probably won't now.
You feel that way now? I got laughed at by a lot of people when I said that.
A couple of weeks ago we were like, maybe the Seahawks, but even after that game against the Packers, it does not matter. The Bears will not be favored the rest of the way out. Yeah, it's just not going to be.
Just look completely deflated. Yeah. I mean, even in this Minnesota Vikings team, it didn't look like everybody was at their best. I mean, you got the rookie at left tackle and Amadeji, which, we all touted. And certainly, look, let's not downplay it. It's his first start in a game. And who's the guy you're taking? Who's one of the best pass rushers right now in the league this year? I think he's
like third or fourth in sacks right now.
Yeah, he's an incredible talent.
Still might be top.
Yeah, and you're taking on Brian Flores, who is the mastermind of blitzes. Like, that kid was outmatched from go. Like, that's part of the problem there. Ultimately, though, this team just looked completely out of sync. Like, I've heard all the national media talking about Caleb and everything, and how his progression has not been there and stuff. And certainly, yes, there are things that he needs to improve on. But for a rookie quarterback in his first year, considering all the detriments that are kind of against him right now, I would say he's done pretty well. I think he's shown a lot. The fact that he hasn't thrown an interception in 6-7 games now or something like that. Like, he's been on a hot streak on that. So he's not turning the ball over. So that's a plus. I mean, you're grasping at straws, obviously, for positives on this team at this point. It's really now a matter of, can you finish out the season healthy and get into the offseason and plan accordingly from there?
Yeah. It's a lot of, gets a little hairy, but they're losing. They're not losing because of him. They're not winning because of him either, obviously.
Right, yeah.
Exactly right. You could be doing way better. Doing way better, but for the situation that is in front of him, I think he's done okay.
Yeah.
So there's also let me bring up some of the quotes that are going out right now. He's the only rookie quarterback that has not progressed throughout the season.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay. All right. So you feel there has been progression?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's as simple as that. I think I've seen progression.
I don't see, once again, I'll go back to the fact that I don't know how you see progression when you handcuffed him for half of the season anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Didn't let him be who he is as a quarterback, as a go ahead and get in here, man. That's why I texted you and said get in here when you can.
Come on, amigo.
I got bounced.
Oh, you're bouncing now?
Oh,
Okay.
well, Tyler Butterball Buterball is here,
Well, say
ladies
hi
and
to
gentlemen. Just
everybody,
to say hi
Buterball.
real quick.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
How you guys doing?
We're all good. Talking Bears. As
Love it.
depressing as it can be.
I love
Oh,
you, man. Just so you know, I love you.
No, I love your $50 you gave me.
Yeah.
So
It's
No,
all good.
it's all right. It'll
It's
be-
okay.
it'll be fine.
That's a lunch. It's a good lunch.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
It's a good lunch.
Do you
Exactly.
want? Do you want me to call for a relief pitcher? You know who I'm
Bring in
talking
the
about.
tank.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Is he still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still here.
Oh,
He's lurking.
Frankie. Yeah. I just saw him.
Frankie, come here.
All right. You guys have fun with Frankie. I'll see
All
you
right.
guys tomorrow.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
All right,
Thank you
amigo.
very much.
I will see you.
You need anything, man? Don't hesitate to
If I
call
don't
me.
see you. Have a wonderful holiday, amigo.
That's what that $50 was for.
There we go.
Get in here, man. Have a seat. You're sitting in. Yeah.
There we go.
That
Simple
didn't
as
take
that.
much twisting of the
Yeah,
arm.
seriously.
You got your phones on you?
Fold it immediately.
You got your headphones on you? You have yeah.
Oh, dude.
I love this guy.
I got an adapter now.
There
There it is. After life.
He's upgraded.
There we go.
This is on camera, so people can see the
This is
technical
great.
prowess of Frankie
yes.
putting this together.
My question. Yeah, we're on air, man. You're right.
We're here. We're doing this.
We're doing this. We go at 2:00, baby.
Yeah.
Prompt at 2:00.
Gotta be ready.
Red light is on.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
That's the one thing that we
we
are
go.
missing from the old studios is the on-air signs that used to be
Yeah.
outside.
We can make that happen. You good?
Oh, we're in.
There
We're
we
in.
go.
We're in,
All right,
baby.
we're talking Bears. So
Bears.
how you? You drink before you came in?
I'm a little drunk, a little tipsy.
God.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, how you doing,
Yes.
everybody? I'm Frank the Tank.
There we go.
There he is.
There he is. We're rolling.
So we're talking Bears.
Oh.
I'll ask you. Do you feel like Caleb has progressed throughout the season?
100%.
Okay.
100%. But I feel like he can't do anything without a line. That's
Yeah.
it. I mean, I feel like this year, at the end of this year, he needs to go up to Kevin Warren or Poles and say, if you don't give me a line by next year, I'm going to ask for a trade. That's it. That's all it is.
Oh, an ultimatum
That's
right
wow.
away.
Look at this
That's
guy.
what I'll do. You want to take money out of
There's
your
been-
pocket? There we go. Let's
So
go.
far, there's been no sense of him, being diva-ish still. That's still nice to hear
That's-
that report.
That's what's throwing me off.
I
is
did
that,
hear an early, or like before he went there,
yeah.
before he got picked, he was very apprehensive about going to Chicago.
of course. That was
Well, I
reported
mean,
all across
again,
the
I will
board.
ask the question: was that him,
Yeah,
or was that
exactly.
Pops being
Yeah.
like, "I don't want him to go to Chicago. I want him to go to Washington"?
Exactly.
Because that was being reported by Cowherd. It's like he does not want to go to the Bears. He wants to go to Washington. When it's like, actually, okay, I have to recorrect. Yeah, you do, because it wasn't true.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Dad said so. Like
once
that's-
again, I would have wanted to go to Washington too.
Oh, well, look at the setup there, right? New coach, new owners, new
Yep.
GM. Everything's brand new there. So guess what? The order there is pretty well structured. We're a 100-plus-year-old organization that has been in this family now for over 100 years. Still can't get it right. It says everything about the Bears at this point.
So I'm going to ask you the same question I asked. No gimmicks over there. Mike Vrabel.
I like him.
You like him?
I like him.
If they go with
If they
Vrabel,
go
you're
with him,
okay
I like
with
him
it.
because at least we saw what he did as a head coach in the past. I mean, these OCs, of course, we need an OC, offensive minded head coach. I feel but I feel like a guy that has a record history as being a head coach, and we actually could develop off of that at least. I mean, because we tested Trestman. Was he a coordinator before we got here over here? Fox.
I mean, he was up
Fox
in
was
Canada.
old coordinator.
he was up in
All these
Canada,
guys- Canada, hey, how you doing? Eh? But exactly, like we need
Italian
at least
Canadian ever.
this guy. At least this guy is a
It's
record.
an Italian Canadian.
Oh,
Don't know
yeah.
if I've ever heard that in my life.
that might be. That's a hell of a mix right there.
Yeah. So for me, they've got. It doesn't get any easier for the Bears
Yeah.
this week.
I was going to say the Vrabel thing is interesting, but I wanted to note his offensive coordinator that year that they had
Arthur Smith.
it was not Arthur Smith.
Was it?
It was Matt LaFleur, remember?
Oh.
He was the offensive coordinator. Obviously, then he gets the Green Bay job.
Was
so
the offensive coordinator the guy, or was the head coach the guy?
that's the thing is Matt LaFleur was there for only the first year, and then Arthur Smith becomes the OC.
You know what I think they should do?
Hmm.
How many? They've got, 12 draft picks?
Give or take, something like that.
Kyle
or 10.
Shanahan. Trade for Kyle Shanahan.
I'll give up a first round pick for Kyle Shanahan.
I would actually
do
think
that.
about giving up a
I would-
first round pick
He's
for
a
Kyle
first-round
Shanahan.
pick
I'm not going to
worthy.
lie.
He's one of the best head coaches right now. And if you're going to give it up for anybody, he's probably
the guy.
if it's not him, it would be John Harbaugh or somebody else of that caliber. Andy Reid.
Would you be okay there, Mr. Nick, with trading for Kyle Shanahan?
Trading for Kyle Shanahan?
Yes.
It would, for the right price, I'm sure, but he's already made the. Maybe it was just because they were playing the Bears that same week. Like I'm just focused on this. I'm here. My heart's here to say it
It's
right
coach speak.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what happens every time they play.
Exactly. I think that it could have been that, but
And I think-
then again, bring Kyle Shanahan home. Franklin
Would
Park is
you-
his home.
That's true.
Would you rather have Brock Purdy or Caleb Williams? I'll raise my hand right now and say Caleb Williams.
I would rather have
No,
Caleb.
100%.
I would rather have Caleb.
100%. But that's the thing is no if John Lynch would even make that trade. Like you can make the offer, but he doesn't seem to want to let him go. Like because that's your guy. That's who you're tied to.
There's also been squeaks that they're not happy with him.
That's true. That's true. Well, they're not happy about this season, which is leading to what they think is a
do
rift.
anything when everybody and their mother goes, my arm, my leg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
My
Trent
index
Williams is
finger.
like, I'm 37, still playing left tackle. Ouch. Like, come on.
He goes and gets stem cell
Yeah.
Yeah.
done
right.
on his Achilles,
Yeah,
and all of a
exactly.
sudden, ow.
You lose off on the dump offs from Christian McCaffrey all year.
I would
so.
say,
Right.
I would say if you're not going to go with Mike Vrabel, the guys you got to be looking at, obviously, we're going to reiterate this over and over again. Ben Johnson, Joe Brady, and I would even throw in the OC from the Texans.
Slowick. Yeah.
Slowick.
I like
Slowick.
Slowick because he's creative.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is that he's creative. He can clearly make plays where even now CJ Stroud is struggling, but he's like, okay, if you can't get it done, if our passing game's not going to work, let's try and figure this out, how we can get the run game established, and then we'll work in the passes. Like that's what I like about him being a head coach, even though he's young. I know he's young.
Now, my question to you guys. It is in Chicago this week, correct? They are hurting. They had 4 guys go down with injuries just in the last game alone. 2 of them pretty big time guys for them. David Montgomery and their defensive tackle.
I think Montgomery's done for
Montgomery and the
regular
defensive
season.
tackle
Yeah.
are out
He's
for
out
the
for
rest
the
of the
year.
season.
That's what it sounds like. Unless they make the Super Bowl, that's like their prime window
Yeah.
to come back, I think.
The Super Bowl,
crazy to say.
The Super Bowl is when everyone comes off the IR.
Yeah.
Now this
For
shows
the
how creative
Detroit.
that Detroit could be now, because without Knuckles, you never know that 1-2 punch with Jameer and
Yeah.
without Knuckles, you never know. I mean, that's true.
No,
I
it's,
see what
yeah.
Ben
I
Johnson does.
heard a rumor that they reached out to Adrian Peterson to see if he'd be interested.
Really?
Yeah, there was talks that they had apparently called his agent because he's obviously hurting for
He's
money
played-
since
he's
he's
played
lost
there before,
100,000,
too.
100 million. So
Oof.
yeah, but I honestly, that team, they've done such a good job with picking up the right free agents. Like they've done some real, like Quantum Alexander is such a sneaky good pickup for them.
Yeah.
To fill in those linebacker gaps. Like they just, like it's not about finding just the top player. It's about the right guy that fits their system, and it's like a glove.
So my question,
Coming off a loss, Dan Campbell's going to be fired up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
yeah,
that team was hot.
They
last
have
week
no one
too.
to blame for that loss other than Dan Campbell.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That decision to
Onside
kick
kick
with
What
12
are you
minutes left?
doing?
No.
It's
I've already said it before. If the decisions he made, if it was any other coach, they would have been fired.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
But
Yeah.
they're 12-2, so like,
Why would they fire him
who's
anyways?
gonna let him walk?
Tied for the division with the best 2-loss team
I
that
don't-
nobody's talking
I
about
don't
Yeah.
in the
understand it.
NFL.
I don't understand
Nobody's
it
talking
anymore.
about them.
I
How do you not? At some point, everybody's got to go, okay, whether he stays with the Vikings or not, Sam Darnold in the right situation is a damn good quarterback.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
No, especially, he could start on like 5 teams I'm thinking of right now, like Jags,
Colts.
Get him out of there.
You take
I'll
him
take
over
Trevor Lawrence right
Really?
now. Right now, yeah. All right,
Well, there's a lot of people that are
Will
downplaying
Levis?
now on Trevor Lawrence.
I'm telling you right
The
now.
entire
the Titans
AFC South.
the Titans, dude.
Titans might be paying for a quarterback, and
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, I think, would be perfect for them.
Let me just say this. I'm going to say this as loud as I can.
Oh,
If Trevor Lawrence ends up on the West Coast, he's an all-pro Super Bowl winner. I will call that right now.
Okay.
what team?
Rams.
Yeah. Okay. I could. Yeah.
I mean, if anybody's going to
Trevor
fix
Lawrence
them,
slinging it to Puka Nakua and
Rams.
Cooper Cup. Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah,
and
scary.
whoever else they
I mean,
probably
let's-
draft.
No offense to Brian Thomas Jr., but other than that,
Nobody.
They got no.
they don't have a tight end that can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Ingram's out for the year, right?
Yeah,
he's
torn
done.
labrum.
Yeah,
Torn
that,
labrum.
that hurts me fantasy wise. Thanks, Ingram. I appreciate it, man.
Everyone
Me
went
too.
down.
Me
Everyone
too.
went down too.
Well-
Gabe Davis was out way
Yeah.
earlier too, and then
That
who's
whole
their-
team's banged up, and I think Doug Peterson's like one. He's like pretty much out the door. At this
Yeah,
point.
he's got a foot out the door. Anybody giving Chicago a chance?
You can at this point. I feel
All right.
you have to side with
No.
it's Detroit.
Jameer Gibbs might go off for 200 yards.
I was gonna say he might
He's
have a
just
record
so much
game.
faster than everybody else.
He
on
hits
that-
the
it's
hole
so
fast
crazy.
as fast as Saquon, and that's scary.
Yeah.
It-
Like,
it
might be
definitely is.
faster. Like that step he takes
Those-
is a 1-2
yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Like
We'll say this: his acceleration is quicker
yes.
because he's younger and hasn't been beaten up and doesn't have a
That's
freaking.
fair.
Broken knees.
But I think Saquon's pull away speed is better.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, his extra gear, if you want to call it that, like his breakaway speed,
Yeah.
tops. I think what Jameer gives us, but Gibbs from word go, and his cut ability is insane. I have never seen somebody be able to. Maybe Barry might be the closest Lion I've ever seen that can stop and start like him.
Oh yeah.
It's insane.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for the Bears talk.
I'm not a Bears fan anymore.
When we come back, it's Michael Penix Jr. time. Michael Penix Jr. time. Michael Penix Jr. time. Here
Penix.
on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com. Bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range three, and it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
know where the drops are on these. That's why I let it go. Welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com.
That's cheating. You know that's cheating.
I'm David W. It's Julius. What's up, my guy?
There we go.
We are here at Illinois Media School.
18 days of consistency.
We are having a little holiday bash here at the school. If you are an alum, come on down from 3 to 6 today. It's going to be a good time. Power 92 will be here doing a live remote, which will be very cool. Yeah. I'm here with Frank the Tank.
Oh, yeah.
Nick No Gimmicks. And Andrew El Pepe. I added the L.
I added the L. His name wasn't El Pepe. It was just Pepe.
Someday.
I know that because it's on the police report.
Someday I'm going to have you sit down and just listen to the stories of
El
Andrew.
Pepe. Is that a backstory for Pepe?
There's a backstory.
Pepe was the name of somebody else, and it's now become my nickname for this show. So sold me a horse he stole.
Would you rather me call you Shifu?
I don't really care. You know me. I don't. If you call me Shifu, I'm calling Scotty Poe. Yeah. If that's how we're doing this,
that's almost worth it. That's almost worth it.
I respond to either one. You know me. I don't have bugs.
That is almost worth it.
God,
I'm not even going to lie.
Is it? Because you've been calling him Pepe Light, and I hate that.
You know it is. That's so
I
mean.
hate that one.
You want to bring him in, Matt? You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, by all means.
Let's get to the week that is the NFL slate. We got some big games on Saturday. Kansas City versus the Texans and Steelers. Ravens, of course, is always a big time.
That's for the division.
Deal.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, which one do you want to talk about first? You got injuries on both sides of these games. I guess we got to talk about the Mahomes injury. Yeah. He was a full participant in practice yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. He said himself, I'm not going to play if I don't feel like the team's going to win. So he's going to go give it his all. He wants to go out there and play. That's just his mentality. He's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog.
But
he's a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a dog.
Absolutely.
He's a dog. There it is.
I do, however, I mean, Carson Wentz, he hasn't played in forever, but I think he's good enough to get a win against the Texans.
This system. With Andy Reid as your coach in this offense,
he's going to look brilliant.
He doesn't have to do a lot.
Listen,
he just has to do enough.
Chad Haney looks good in that system. Carson Wentz can look good in that system.
Blaine Gabbert can look good in that system.
I mean, Isaiah Pacheco's back. Yep. Kareem Hunt is still a viable
That's a nice
option.
1-2 punch now, by the way.
Yeah, that's been great for them.
Exactly. And I mean, so the run game's there. Like, do you risk playing him and maybe risk further injury, and then down the line, now you're screwed because you got, 3 more weeks?
They don't win the Super Bowl if Mahomes isn't there. So,
no. So
do you think they do? Do they need the number 1 seed for a bye?
I don't. Here's the only thing that I would say. Your only advocate to that is, do you really want to go to Buffalo in January?
Exactly.
That's fair. But Kansas City gets cold too, so it's not like we're talking. I mean,
they do that.
I know it's different.
Come on.
I know it's Buffalo. It's different.
I
get that.
I
get that.
To Buffalo cold.
I get that, but it's not like they haven't experienced this before.
Yeah.
So it's. I don't think they need it. So I think if you're going to say, well, let's let them rest.
Well, they've got a 2-game lead.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to let them rest for a week, I don't have an issue with
it.
it.
The Texans are banged up too.
The Bills are playing the Patriots this week, so you would think that's kind of you don't want to hand out W's, but you would assume that's a nice win for the Bills.
That's Josh Allen just going for the MVP.
This is the Drake May coming out party, ladies.
Don't the Bills have the Patriots twice?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's insane. They got.
Do they?
I feel like they already played.
On the other hand, other side of this, you do have the Texans that are starting to play a little bit better ball.
Yeah, but they're banging up, walking wounded too. Well, I mean, everybody's walking wounded.
It seems like everybody's. There are a couple teams out there that are more so.
Yeah, but like Nico Collins apparently, I guess, was dealing with something with his knee, but he said he should be fine. I mean, you've got what's the
Now let me throw this up to you guys really quick. For the last 3 games for Kansas City, Houston this week, Pittsburgh, and Denver, who both those teams on the way out but are still going to be fighting for either Bills on the way out, Patriots, Jets, Patriots.
Patriots, Jets, Patriots.
That is
wow.
2 of those games at home.
So Josh Allen's going to have 35 total touchdowns, no interceptions, and over 3,000 yards in 3 games. Yeah, it's incredible.
He's easily MVP. Then.
By that point,
I'm sorry. I think he solidified.
He solidified
easily,
MVP for sure.
Easily. Saquon would have to go for 500 yards against the Giants in the last game, which could happen.
Yeah,
sure.
But at the same time, if the Eagles have if they have that number 1 seed
this week plus another 2 touchdowns for the next 3 weeks out.
Yeah,
well, they'd have to win out.
That would
and Lamar's not doing that this week.
No,
and because for some,
he's playing against the Steelers, and I need him for fantasy. So there's 2 factors going against him. So it's just not going to happen.
It's
the truth.
Mike Tomlin is Lamar Jackson kryptonite.
Well, he knows how to fight against that quarterback. He knows contain him in the pocket, make him feel uncomfortable. Although I'll say this, he's felt a lot more comfortable in the pocket this year than ever before. And
it's because he has wide receivers to throw.
Exactly. But
by the way, who's picking up OBJ?
Who's going to the playoffs?
Kroger.
that guy should not be in the league anymore. He gets 1 good catch and everybody goes nuts in 2016. OBJ's. I mean, OBJ's not that good.
Maybe the Rams could use him again if they still need another wideout. I mean,
overrated.
I think he's
what? I don't think overrated. I think he's done now, but he's not overrated.
Yeah, he's got his Super Bowl ring. Why bother, man? You've done all you've done.
Rams would have been the MVP.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know you're mad about that because you didn't win money. I know.
Everybody. I take those obscure MVP ones and I took OBJ and they all laughed at me and I'm like, he gets the first touchdown. I went, here we go, boys.
It's not fun being a chalk-eating weasel every single time.
No!
You gotta go outside the box.
That's fair.
For me, this whole game hinges on one thing. If TJ Watt can play or not. If he goes, this is a different game. If he doesn't go, Pittsburgh loses.
1 in 10 without him, I believe.
Yeah, they will lose without TJ Watt in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I mean,
you saw it at Philly when he tweaked his ankle and was out.
Oh yeah,
Tomlin said if everyone's healthy, they are going to play. So that's the mentality.
And TJ's a warrior. He plays through injury.
That's the only thing. It didn't look like he rolled it that bad.
But the problem is that if it gets worse, that's always the concern, right? You play through your injury, it gets even worse. You don't have them for the playoffs, then the Steelers are right back where they started yet again. So high risk, high reward kind of thing, right? You want to win the game, you want to win the division, but at the same time, I also asked that for the Steelers. Do you really need to win the division on this? It'd be nice, but you're still playoff bound at this point.
I think Tomlin wants to win the division just because of the chirping that's been going. Green, you made the playoffs again. What'd you do?
Right, of course. I get that. It's just like, but is it necessarily? Do you want to risk that because this may be like your biggest shot right now to make an AFC championship and possibly get to a Super Bowl? Because after that, you're gonna have to figure out the quarterback thing. You're going to have to figure out a whole lot with that team.
I'm assuming they're going to pay Russ.
You would assume, but that's the thing is where's their direction at? And they've kept that under wraps.
Justin's gone.
He's going to end up in Las Vegas.
It's possible. It's possible.
For Aiden O'Connell, over Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah.
I'll take him over there.
Colts have some. No.
They're
sold on.
I
don't know why, but they're sold on Anthony Richardson so hard. That being said, like to me, this game, is it important? Not really.
It's important for them because it's Steelers Ravens.
Yeah.
It's the rivalry. I get that. It's for the division. That's important to them. It's just in the grand scheme of things, if somebody goes down, like, okay, you better have somebody prepared to step in there.
I will say this. I think George Pickens' time as a Steeler is ticking very quickly.
Yeah, he and Mike Tomlin, and they don't sound happy with each other.
No.
He's not happy with Tomlin, and Tomlin's not happy with him.
Because he wants him to be a mature football player.
Yeah,
and he's
That's
not.
in the cards for George Pickens.
He's a
I don't
menace.
think
This
that's
guy's a
seriously.
menace.
I think he'll go out to Vegas or somewhere like that and have a great time.
You're sending everyone out to Vegas.
They need everything. And that's why.
Yes, fair.
It's true.
Let's talk about the big game on Sunday, though. Atlanta, New York Giants, ladies and gentlemen.
We have different definitions. of
Shootout.
big.
It's a shootout right there.
It's no shootout.
Tommy D's playing. I don't know.
Michael Penix Jr. will throw for 6 touchdowns in this game.
I'm sorry, but if Tommy Cutlets is playing, I think Atlanta got a shot. I'm sorry to say
I
like that.
love that you say that with a straight face.
They got a shot.
Here's my
I
thing.
want to be a fly on the wall when it was Ben DiNucci versus Tommy DeVito in the Oliveira house.
Here's my question to you guys.
Okay.
And we've all talked about the front-loaded aspect of Kirk Cousins' contract, $90 million of it guaranteed this year.
Right.
If he goes out and performs and wins out, is this the last we see of Kirk Cousins in an Atlanta Falcons uniform?
100%.
Yeah.
They take the cap hit, which I think is going to be
$65 million if they cut him, if they trade him, which by the way, he has a no trade clause, so he gets to dictate where he gets to go.
which I think he'd be okay with.
Yeah, I think they're on the hook for $37.5 million.
I'll go back up to Minnesota.
Yeah. He's going to Las Vegas. Yeah,
Cleveland. He'll go to Cleveland.
Yeah, Michael Penix.
God.
Michael Penix Jr. plays well, even if he
No,
plays
I
just
think it's
mediocre.
only 16 next year. If they cut him next year, I think
if
it's
they
only
cut him at 65, they're on the hook for dead cap.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not great,
This
but
is
it's
a-
not horrible.
This is a nice opportunity for Michael Penix Jr. to look good. He's playing the Giants completely deflated.
I know. Could you pick a better week to be like,
this is the moment
go
to
ahead,
do
my
it.
son?
Yeah. The only thing is, there's a lot of pressure. Obviously, basically the season's still on the line.
Yeah.
You got to worry about what the Buccaneers do for sure. But Falcons need to win out.
Tampa's going to win that division.
I'm sure.
Play the Cowboys next.
Baker Mayfield is playing like he's back at Oklahoma.
Oh yeah, he looks so
It is
comfortable.
ridiculous how good he is.
And Mike Evans looks like he's 10 years younger all of a sudden.
That throw
'Cause he
he
doesn't want to
made,
let that record go.
yeah, that throw he made to Michael Evans in stride
Yeah.
with the cornerback right on Mike Evans' back.
Oh, yeah.
And there was
Yeah.
nothing the cornerback could do.
Now,
Not a thing.
The only thing I'll say is just to play devil's advocate, say he doesn't look good. Now you guys are out on 2 quarterbacks.
No, you're going to keep Kurt. You're going to keep Kurt, and
Okay.
hopefully Michael progresses
Sure.
and learns more. I to me, this is
I don't. Yeah, you wouldn't count him out.
I'm knocking on wood when I say this. I had, and everybody laughed at me when I did this. I had Penix at 2 when the quarterback ratings came out for the draft. I had Daniels 1, Penix 2, Caleb 3. And everybody's like, and then I had to eat crow a little bit because then my team picked him. But
that was a memorable moment. I was
Shut
sitting
up.
right there when you disappeared off a camera, and I'm like, and there he goes.
That was funny.
But he's probably the most accurate long ball thrower in that class.
He's got the purest pass of all the quarterbacks. The problem that he has, though, is that he's 24 years old, and in the time that he's been sitting, as long as he's been working with the offense, he hasn't been working first string. He's been working with second string. So now he's going to have to step in there, and now, in like you said, in a big game where the division's possibly still on the line, is he going to be able to handle the pressure? It's one thing for college, as we all know. It's a whole nother thing when you get to the NFL.
I think he handles it just fine. I think they win this game. Do they win it in spectacular, like 49-10?
No.
They're still
fashion?
favored by 8.5.
I know.
Which
They're
is crazy.
still. It probably was. I think it was lower when Kurt was supposed to be the quarterback.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was 7.5.
Well, yeah, a new quarterback is obviously they're hoping to say like, oh, this is going to bring life in. Like that's how Vegas looks at it.
I would
So-
just think that Bijan and probably Tyler Algier are going to have great games.
I'm calling.
they're going off.
I'm calling it right now. This is Kyle Pitts' breakout game.
Yeah.
How about Drake London?
Listen,
he's
well, I mean,
been
that
a
is
Drake London's
Drake's
played
got-
well this year.
Yeah.
I still don't think he's a number one on
No.
any team but Atlanta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he's served well this year.
This should be like Kyle Pitts' because if rookie quarterbacks love safety nets, and safety nets usually are the tight ends, so this should be his. Look, if I'm going to say anything for Michael Penix, I'd say maybe he touches 200 yards, a touchdown with an interception. If he can do that and just have the 60% completion percentage, like that's putting numbers on it.
That's
But if
kinda
you're
where
doing
I
that,
thought too.
that's like a good That's a good start for
If
your
he has a
rookie
clean
season.
game, even if he
Yeah.
has a, exactly like a
No
two-
interceptions would be
220.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm expecting him to throw one because he's
9
good with the fast
interceptions,
ball.
1 touchdown over the last 4 games.
five.
Kirk.
Five games.
Excuse me. He has 16 total. He almost has the same amount as Tutty's. 18.
Yeah, I know. He's
It's-
not good.
He's
not good at all.
He's
Kirk's
old.
awful.
He's
Kirk's-
he's 36.
He's lost his mobility. He can't push off on that leg when he throws anymore. He's putting his whole body into a throw. It's not good. We also need to talk about another game. Andrew, I'm gonna ask you: can Joe Burrow beat the Cleveland Browns?
Anybody should be able to beat the Cleveland Browns right now.
They
It's
did-
DTR.
Winston's going to be praying the
I'm
whole
just-
time. That's
I'm
what he's
just-
going to
I'm just saying. Man.
Yeah. Dorian Thompson Robinson's the starting quarterback.
do. Oh, man.
You don't think he's better than what
If he runs for 300
Jameis.
yards, sure, but he can't throw that ball.
against that defense? He might.
Well, of course, because anybody can. Yeah, of course.
My Chase Brown take is looking pretty good.
I listen, Chase. I'm
Said he was
very
discounting
impressed.
Christian McCaffrey. Now he's rushing, he's receiving touchdowns, he's
He's-
catching them. He's doing.
He's
doing
pleasantly
everything.
become the. I think he's solidified right now as RB1. I wouldn't be shocked if they went and got another guy just to compliment him. But if
I
you're
hope
saying,
not. I want to take him
No,
high in fantasy next year.
You don't like Herbert?
No.
what have I seen from him?
2 rushes for 11 yards.
Yeah,
That's what you
exactly.
see.
Yeah,
And a
exactly.
fumble.
Yes, of
Hey,
course.
Already?
A
Hey, how you
classic.
doing?
Yeah.
It's a bear right there.
Chase, no,
It's
Chase,
a bear right there.
Chase Brown is everything that Samaje Perine was mixed with a faster version of Joe Mixon. Like he still powers through guys, and you're getting him on the cheaper level too. So I believe the Bengals. What the 7.5 is? I'd push that to 14.
Really?
I don't give Cleveland a lot on this. I really
don't know
don't.
if I could do that with that defense.
Even against that Cleveland defense, because outside of Myles Garrett, they have really been lacking. Like they're trying, but they're exhausted.
I'll maybe push up another point or two just because I think they want Jamar
I
Chase
would
to
go-
go off. They want Jamar Chase to get that.
Oh,
triple
they want
crown.
that triple
I would
crown, and
go
they want
triple
Burrow
crown.
to be like, oh, so I'm not going to be in the MVP. Well, watch
Yeah.
this.
I'd go 10 at the most.
Imagine
that's
him
fine.
throwing like 40 plus touchdowns and not getting MVP.
That's
gonna be-
well, that's the he's the Drew
He's
Brees
already
then
at
of the
30
NFL.
He's at 36 right now.
Like,
36
that's-
and 8
it's insane.
interceptions.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's the thing. He's going to probably end up being the Drew Brees of the NFL then, because
But see, the scary thing for me is they're still eligible for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if the
they can win out.
if the AFC screws up and lets them into the playoffs, that could be bad news for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. And if they get in, I little bit on touching out there, but they could make some upsets.
They could
make a run. They
could run the
Yeah.
table. Let's
It's just
not.
that defense would have to stack.
They could be the dark
up.
horse that they were when they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to find a
I
safety.
mean, and for what it's worth, Joe Burrow might not be the front
gotta
runner for
find a
MVP. He
defense
is the front runner
in
for
general.
comeback player of the year.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh, he is. We checked yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Okay.
So
Perfect. so he wins something.
He'll win something.
let's when we come back, let's talk about some other big games that are going to be going on this weekend. We'll get to the other games here coming up next on SportsTownChicago.com.
I have a dream.
Two.
Yes, we can.
Celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
The quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Welcome back to Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. We got to get through this last segment because Frankie's got to go watch a live nativity scene.
My cousin's going to be the star. So that's it. I got to watch.
Star.
A star. That's it.
Star.
A star.
A literal star.
Look at that.
I'm gonna say it again. Better than a tree. Better than a tree.
I mean, you must have a lot of kids in that class then to be a tree.
I've got a lot of little cousins. They're all in like pageants and stuff, so they're all doing stuff. Yeah. And of all of them, the one I go to, he's a tree.
He's a tree.
Nobody told me anything. He didn't even tell anybody what he was. He's just like, I'm in the play, and we're like, that's awesome. We go there, tree, just standing there in green outfit. That's
so
it.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you make out like a tree and leave?
That's a good one right there. That's a good. You left me hanging.
No. Don't high five. Don't high five him. No.
Gosh, you just got ran over by the tank.
So I will throw it out to you guys. What game are you guys looking most forward to watching?
Oh,
I like
Commanders, Eagles.
I like Buccaneers, Cowboys. It's Saturday night. Sunday night game.
Do you really think that's going to be a game? I think the Cowboys had their "Hey, we beat the Panthers, woohoo!" moment.
There's not many like games like prime time like Seahawks Vikings, baby.
What?
I'm sorry.
Seahawks Vikings. I mean, that's not bad either.
Seahawks Vikings should be decent.
Well, I mean, those are two teams that are fighting for their divisions, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to be at each other's. They're going to be at each other left
Let
and
me
right.
bring this up to you. Are the Rams a scary team if they make the NFC playoffs?
I think yes. Because
Okay,
Matt Stafford's with. I mean, Puka and Cooper were out for half the season, but now with them, he's an animal. Now he's a different breed. I mean, he's looking like Super Bowl caliber LA.
I think
like back in the day.
I think we're missing the big picture. They actually have a running game.
Kyrie Williams.
And
that makes them dangerous.
He's an everything back. He can catch, he can run, he can even block. Like he's taken on some of the best.
And then you had the head coach Sean McVay, like the smart mind that he is. I mean, you can pull you apart.
Crafty as ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's however you what would it be? Death by a million paper cuts type deal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With him.
I mean, well, with the occasional like long ball that he throws every once in a while to Nakua down the sideline for another crazy catch. I would say I think the Rams could be dangerous in the NFC. Like they could be that team that ends up upsetting like I don't know, like the Eagles or something like that. Like you think a team that's like
I think they're too red hot right now.
I know. I still have issues with Philly. Like I still see
there's something
there's some gut feeling inside of me.
But they kind of dismantled the Steelers.
No,
looking good.
Here's the thing.
I understand that.
I take some umbrance to that. I think the Philly defense is spot on where they need Fangio flipping the bird to the Miami Dolphins, going, "Oh, my system doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe you just don't have talent on your defense."
Yeah.
But for me, that whole team, for them to make a run, when do they look the best? It's when Saquon's hitting on all cylinders.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Saquon's the key.
Oh, they had an all around game. AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, and Saquon all went. They all had solid games.
Saquon only had like 65 yards.
I think, yeah, he was.
Jalen
was limited, but of course they still gave him a ton of yardage.
He needs to average 120 yards for the next 3 games to break Eric Dickerson.
I got a quick one to Philadelphia and just Philadelphia fans. If you guys are sick and tired of winning 70% of your games, you can send Nick Sirianni our way. I would gladly. I would Sirianni. I don't care.
He could fix the offensive line.
of everyone complaining. Tom at the beginning of the year is like, again, send him our way, a Hall of Fame coach.
I would like if you're defensive coach. The man looks brilliant. When you saw it last year, when the adjustments were happening, when he had as his defensive coordinator, Patricia is his defensive coordinator, he was god awful.
Yeah.
And Kellen Moore was still trying to figure out what this team was offensively. So, I mean, to me, Kellen Moore's now completely changed everybody's eye scope on him because he took what he had in Philly and completely changed how he liked to run an offense.
Right.
Realizing the talent. Oh, I have a guy named Saquon Barkley. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Another one I would throw out there, just while I'm thinking about it, it's not guaranteed that Dable's back next year for the Giants. Dable?
Yeah, no, which is, again, crazy.
If you had a chance to go get Brian Dable,
I would do it. I'll 100%.
Yes.
5 seconds.
I'm just saying. Caleb Williams has that Josh Allen stank on him.
If you get him as the OC, that's perfect because of what he did with a guy like Josh Allen, turning him around. So
here's what I would say: if the Bears hire Mike Vrabel and you can bring in Brian Dable as your OC, and
that's great.
And what's his name? The former Jets head coach is
Robert Saleh.
Saleh is your DC.
Ooh, it's stacked.
I'm okay with that.
That sounds like a great coaching staff to me.
I like it a lot.
But the problem is, do the McCaskies want to pick that? That's the thing. McCaskies, I mean, it goes up to the McCaskies, too.
I'll guarantee you the McCaskies are the ones that are floating out Vrabel.
I'm sure.
Well, if that's the case, then we have to pick then the OC and the DC.
Yeah.
You want this coach, fine. Then we're going to help Vrabel find the right guys for him in these. They should be looking, like you said, at Dable, at Saleh, guys who have experience just like Vrabel does.
Man, there's some stinkers this week. I'm sorry.
The slate is not great.
I'm just really.
Well, you're not excited for Jaguars Raiders? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. What about Titans Colts?
Mac Jones versus Aiden O'Connell.
I got Spencer Rattler over Jordan Love any day, any time of week.
I'll say this: Spencer Rattler
looked pretty good when he came in there.
good when he got in there.
Got out.
Comeback
Spencer looked pretty good.
Why go for 2 at home? Why? What's the point there?
What's the point?
What's the point of not going for it?
New Orleans, man,
because they're losing. So
5-9.
I don't know. I kind of subscribe to that.
What's the point of doing an onside kick when you're down by 10?
Exactly.
That's true too.
With 10 minutes left to go.
Fair too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Here.
It's hard to say if Spencer Rattler is.
It's a spade.
Yeah.
You know, hey. We play a deck of cards. You got a spade on it.
It's hard to say if Spencer Rattler. I'm still not sold on the kid. I still can't be because it's at the end of the season. It's kind of like dumpster stuff. No, I'm not sold on him either.
Where's DJ going to be playing next year?
Saints.
Oh yeah, that's right. The UFL.
Well, he might be with the Saints. You don't know.
No.
That'd be funny if he did and he got Spencer Rattler kicked off the team.
Yeah, it would be.
So
That won't happen.
So
though.
Schefter tweeted this out earlier, and again, it's just a matter of like how important fantasy is this week. It's your semifinals going in. You have all this quarterback turnover. Kirk Cousins turns into Michael Penix Jr., Jameis Winston to DTR, Tommy DeVito to Drew Lock. You probably didn't have anyone there unless you had Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Will Levis turns into Mason Rudolph. Patrick Mahomes could turn into Carson Wentz. Aiden O'Connell might play, or it might be Desmond Ridder. And again, you're not playing anybody on there besides Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
You know how close that game came to being. I throw a shoe into the TV.
Oh, because that 5.5. Did you have 5?
No.
Oh.
That Hail Mary was this close to happening. That close to happening. Thank God for Jesse Bates. But
Desmond Ridder almost had his revenge game.
I swear to God, if it had happened, I'd be like,
Ridder.
I was ready. I was like, I'm gonna text him if it happens. If he does it, I was so ready for
Michael
it.
Myers out there? Did you see?
Can't do that.
Myers? Oh, that's Jason.
no.
I know.
Oh, jeez.
And then Jake Hayner can turn into Spencer Rattler. We'll see how that Saints game goes. That's an atrocious. There you go. Hand them a free win on Monday night.
Essentially. Well, that's why the Packers are favored by almost 15
Is
points.
it in Green Bay?
Something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, of course. It's in Green Bay.
Yeah,
Green Bay.
Over by half.
That's why they get the extra 7 points. Otherwise, it would be
we
7
might
and a
get to
half.
see Sean Clifford then.
Yeah. But it is Jordan Love during Toyota-thon, so you gotta watch
That
it.
is
You
true.
think Jordan Love's like Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
I think he's
You think
top.
he's like
I think he's top second tier at this point in his career.
That's fair. Yeah.
He's got
not-
the early
think he's-
vibes of Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, where it's like you're working out the kinks
you got
of
to
your.
learn from Rodgers too. I mean, that's the one good
He's
part.
drinking the ayahuasca.
Yeah,
ayahuasca.
Do we need? No, we're not talking about it. Has
No.
anybody watched it yet?
No. Has it released yet? I don't
Yes,
even know.
it's out.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, Rodgers.
Then I guess I know what I'm watching.
No, I've been catching up on the Hard Knocks, the AFC.
I haven't watched any of it.
It's good.
It's good.
Is it?
It's
and I'm a Steelers fan too, so like
It's just
you'd think I'd be all over it, but
What is that for? Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks in season is the actual AFC North division.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. The whole
Yeah,
division.
the
Oh, that's
entire
pretty
division.
cool.
So
They
they've been bouncing around. They've been playing each other, which has been pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then now it's going to be Cleveland versus Cincinnati, and then Ravens Steelers.
I'm
So
excited
This
to
next
see it.
episode's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that
yeah,
is-
absolutely. I'm excited for it. It's been good.
To me,
You really get a good insight on Mike Tomlin. I mean, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, you get a
crap.
better sense of who he is personally because
He's been dropping some knowledge bombs left and
Yeah, I
right,
was gonna
which
say.
is really awesome.
yeah,
dude knows football. If you didn't think,
well, his interview that he did on Fox
Yeah.
on Sunday,
Mhm.
I was just like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll follow you into a fire.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
If you weren't already convinced, like Mike Tomlin is, he knows ball. Like,
100%.
yeah, he just knows. Yeah, he knows. I'm convinced
How
that's
did
the
you-
only thing he does
a
is,
guy
is
that doesn't
watch
have a-
football and maybe
He's a
eat.
positive record every year.
I
he's
love
Bill Belichick with a personality.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
That's the
love
best way
his-
I could describe it.
I love his explanation on the whole Russell Wilson thing. Well, what'd you do to turn Russell Wilson around? He goes, I made him one of the dudes. I threw him back into the,
Yeah.
you're just a dude. Go
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah.
All he cares about is football. Okay, fine, just play football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really simple. But why is it his simple works so well? I don't like. I don't know. I don't get
Great
it.
organization.
Exactly.
I will say this. For me, as a favorite money line bettor, I love this weekend. Love this
Oh, yeah.
weekend for betting. In
Yeah.
a big parlay that can pay off maybe $300-400 on a $200 bet.
I just took San Fran plus 100 against Miami. They never play anyone well against teams that are actually teams. So
If Broncos Chargers is gonna be tough. to
Broncos
pick.
Chargers is gonna be fun. That's
tough
gonna be a
to
nice
pick.
Thursday
Yeah, that's
night.
gonna be a nice
That's
game.
actually really
That's actually a
important.
good game.
I got Knicks.
I got Bo Nix
I
balling
can't,
out. He's
I
an
can't
animal.
go
Bo
against Bo
Nix
Nix
is-
right now.
It's that. It's the defense. I know Patrick Surtain's probably going to end up playing. The Chargers don't have a run game either. I don't know what it is.
Gus Edwards is their guy.
Yeah,
right now,
why-
right?
Yeah.
Gus, I mean,
Hey, Harbaugh, why didn't you
Jacob
go and
Dobbins
get your boy from Michigan in the draft?
I didn't understand that. You knew what J.K. Dobbins was as a running back. You
He
knew was
blows
possibly
his
gonna get
knees
hurt
out.
at some point.
Yeah.
Like that had to have been a thought in your mind when you
Yeah.
signed him. Like I can't even.
Which is a shame because
Sorry.
he could have also been in the front running for comeback player of the year, and then
Yeah.
he just gets hurt again.
Exactly.
so maybe
Yeah.
next year.
I know somewhere.
It's
in the-
always next year with him. He's
Yeah.
always.
I know
he's always on
somewhere
that
in the
list.
ether, Nick Costos is crying because he had a futures bet on that.
Ah.
All right. When we come back, Frankie won't be here
I
because
won't
he's
be
got
here,
he's
I
got to
gotta
go
go.
to the.
Yeah.
I'm a holy boy, you know. That's it. I love everybody. The priest. I'm sorry what I said last week, but it's true.
You're gonna get beat
It's
up
all
when
right.
you
I
go
better
to
watch
church.
out.
When we
Confession.
come back, it's time to break down these college football playoff games finally here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports. Longtime fans, sports is like life. SportsTownChicago.com.
What's up, Chicago? If you're ever, and I mean ever, out looking for good urban food 24/7, come down to White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. White Palace Grill is open 365 days a year since 1939. I personally love the steak and egg dinner, but whether you like burgers for breakfast, steak for lunch, or French toast for dinner, White Palace is the place for you. The diner is a 24-hour urban oasis. Come now, come later. Hey, come now and later. We never close at White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. Visit us at whitepalace.com or order with Uber Eats or Grubhub anytime, any day.
Daddy, we When you look at me, I could see your wheels turning. About what am I going to be when I grow up? A major league first baseman? Maybe a point guard for a national champion.
The odds of a child becoming a professional athlete are 1 in 16,000. Far-fetched? Maybe. But did you know the odds of a child being diagnosed with autism are 1 in 166? That's right, 1 in 166. To learn the signs of autism, go to autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Go to Lux Barbershop for the best barbers and stylists in Plainfield, Illinois. I go there when I have an important event, date, or I just want to look good. The straight razor shave will have you looking fresh and smooth. Lux Barbershop is open 7 days a week. Go to Lux Barbershop for the finest barbers, stylists, braiders, and massage therapists in the southern suburbs. Check out all their daily deals on Facebook, Instagram, and luxbarbershop.com.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive.
I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
High school sports is here, and SportsOnChicago.com. We are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsOnChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsOnChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
That's right, we're back. Blow the whistle. Frank the Tank took off on us because he had family obligations, but you still got the three amigos. David, Double D Dykstra.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
Zero, yeah. I'm sorry. No gimmicks, Nick Johnson.
How idiotic was that? Like, I love...
I wonder who the zero is.
Oh my God, it's a vignette. Who could it be? It's a zero.
No, it's not a zero. It's an O.
It's
it's an O with a flame. I don't know.
No, it was a zero. Yeah, like people are like, who could it be? I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Who could it
I
be?
don't know.
Who could it be? Believe it or not. God.
Oh, you know who's tweaking out about Zero Mero coming to WWE?
Who?
George Kittle. I think he's Penta's biggest fan.
I'm sure.
Penta made him a custom-made mask.
Yeah. When
Did he really?
Yeah.
When the Monday night game in Mexico like two seasons ago.
Right, yeah.
When George Kittle makes a great play, watch. He does this all the time.
I have seen him
all
do
the
that
time.
before.
Every first down is that.
Yeah. So, I can't believe we're about to do this. This is great. It is time to talk about college football playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes! It's here. Thank you,
Finally
Jesus.
made it.
All right, baby. Let's start off with the Friday night game. Indiana traveling a whole 30 minutes.
If even that. Well, okay, you got to remember Indiana's a long state, so what you think might be 30 could be an hour and a half.
Okay, so hour and a half. Hour.
Also, traffic there is ridiculous.
It's South Bend on a football game.
Well, that's the thing is when I went to go see our friends Drew and Amber for their daughter's first birthday, driving out there, I was like, this shouldn't be bad. It's only Friday. Traffic out the wazoo.
What time did you go on a Friday?
When it was like 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that's never fun.
No,
on 80.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's never
I was just
fun.
like, yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
Back
and then I
roads.
just hit. That's what I had to do. I was like, I'm gonna have to call them. I don't know where I'm going.
Alternate route.
It was insane. So, but
I'll go to you first, Andrew. It is.
I mean, it might be 30 minutes, but it's going to be a whole different world.
That's the thing. It's a different shift over.
Seeing a Hoosier fans be far and few in between.
Oh yeah.
Is this an upset possibility in your eyes?
I mean, there's a lot of for all these games. There's upset possibility. If you're going to put a percentage on it, I would say it's maybe in the single digits at like 8%.
I give him 10 to 15.
You can give him 10, sure. Okay, we can go 10. But like that's the thing is that Notre Dame they're far more superior on offense and on defense, I think, because of their run game. They have a three-headed monster with their two backs and Riley Leonard being able to kill the clock and run the football. And their offensive line is massive too. And that defense, again, even without Benjamin Morrison as their star corner, like Xavier Watts, their safety, has stepped up and he's NFL caliber.
Yeah.
Like he's in fantastic.
100%.
So that Indiana will probably be in the fight. I would say by halftime, you'll go like, maybe they got a shot, but by, I would say, the fourth quarter, that's where I think Notre Dame it's separated.
Outclasses.
It's the thing is that you've just got bigger, better players. Where this becomes the game for Indiana is Cignetti's experience versus Mark Freeman, who's just experienced, but he's still younger. And perhaps, whatever the ego might be may blend in, and Cignetti being kind of an egoless guy in some sense could easily be like, well, we've got the plays. We can outclass them ourselves. We can just play better football, play smarter football, if you will. So
clearly Notre Dame believes in Freeman. They just extended him 4 years. So.
Exactly. So, I mean, you've got two programs who I think when you look at them as far as their numbers goes, they are pretty evenly matched. One should be far more superior than the other. But as far as the coaching goes is where I think it could separate, because Cignetti has shown, I think, an incredible ability to be able to plot and plan and be precise and have precision on how to attack teams. He finds the weaknesses.
Little portal news real quick.
Okay.
Just very quickly. I did not realize that the kid from Liberty is headed to Colorado.
Yes.
Oh, Liberty. Huh?
Salter is leaving for Colorado, so Julian Lewis is going to have some competition at quarterback.
I think Salter gets it.
He'll be the front runner. Unless the promise to Julian Lewis was you'll be the starting quarterback. And I don't know the details of his contract with the NIL stuff. Because I mean, I've been seeing some people putting out the NIL. Some of these are crazy, by the way. I retweeted the one from Michael Hudson from Texas Tech, who transferred to Texas A&M. He's getting $700K for the 1 year, plus tickets for his families to every home game, plus cars to arrange for his family to go. Like there's a bunch of demands in there that are insane for a 19-year-old to be making, I think. But I get it. He's one of the top guys. I understand. Yeah. It's just crazy.
So I'll go to you next.
Sure.
Any thoughts on this game that you could see an upset happening?
No, I don't believe so. I think Indiana will stay competitive for at least a quarter. They've shown that they could do that, maybe even a half. But this has got Notre Dame written all over it in the sense that they've arguably been the top defense, maybe number 2 in all of the country.
They're top 5.
Yeah, easily. You can at least give them that for sure.
I will say this is one of those things that no one's really talking about, which is surprising to me. You've got a lot of elite defenses. That are in this college football playoff, and not a lot of elite offenses.
Sure. No, it's very boring football, if you will, for some people out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Notre Dame will kind of just get in there, suffocate them, squish them a little bit in that way, and then kind of just slowly pick away. They'll run the ball. I don't want to say here they have it at 51, so it's kind of the lower end, I feel like, for college football games, and maybe
I say that might be the under.
Yeah,
I'd play the under. I would play the under. It's
not because Indiana's defense is good too.
Well, not just that, the weather's not supposed to be the greatest either. So,
and I think I threw the word fraud with Indiana, and I'll run that back a little bit. I'll just say it is a bunch of three-star recruits that are
it's overachieving.
Yeah, exactly. 3-star recruits that are overachieving.
That's a better word, overachieving.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
They beat the teams that were in front of them, and you can't give them crap for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they probably didn't think they were going to be in
They went 11-1.
spot.
I can't argue with that.
I will say this. I said the same thing about the Ohio State game.
Yeah.
They will have to play a perfect game.
Absolutely.
To win. They were against Ohio State until the punter muffed that punt. And as soon as that happened, it disintegrated. So I'm kind of on the lines with you.
Yeah.
I think they hang for maybe the first 3 quarters, but they get worn down by that offensive line from Notre Dame, the running back from Leonard running as well.
Yeah.
And it just, although Indiana's got a top-rated rush defense.
They do.
I say that with an asterisk, though.
Right.
Because once again, if you look at their schedule, not really great teams they were playing.
But what they do well is they team tackle. Like they don't need the individual that can just pull them down. Like Notre Dame has that guy. They have like 5 of those guys that can just be like, I've got you. You're not going anywhere. What Indiana does is like, well, we've got 7 guys going to the ball at any time. So we're going to get there. It's just, can you get away from us? So it's going to be, I think it's going to be an interesting battle. It could be a fun game still.
All right. Let's go to the big one at Happy Valley, ladies and gentlemen. SMU coming into Happy Valley, taking on Penn State. Noon kickoff.
It's got 11 a.m.
Somebody
actually.
had to get
Again.
it.
Again.
Listen, man. It's
they
It says 11.
It's 11 our time.
Okay.
Noon kickoff Eastern Standard Time.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Is that what? Okay, I didn't quite understand that. All season they were complaining about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll let you. I'll do same order.
Okay.
Andrew, give me your thoughts.
SMU showed they could play with Clemson, but I don't think this is a good Clemson team necessarily. I've made this statement advertly clear over the course of 2 weeks now through 2 different shows. I think at this point that I like SMU. I think it's great that they're back and that they're in the college football playoff. I just don't think that, again, this is a small school, if you will, matched up against one of the powerhouses in college football in Penn State. Penn State's defense, I think, is better than what they've seen thus far this year. I think Penn State's offense, you could say that they're matched up evenly. If not, maybe even give the tick to SMU being a better offense, because Kevin Jennings is a good quarterback, and he's really proven that. Like somebody said, if he went to transfer portal right now, he'd probably make $5.5 million. Like that's saying something for this kid who came in, by the way, like 4 games into the season. Like he had to replace Stone because Stone wasn't getting it done. So I would say I think Penn State, I think they blow them out.
Really?
Just from top to finish. Because I don't think SMU has seen, they've got their own guy in Elijah Roberts, but on the opposite end is going to be Abdul Carter coming after them. I mean, that secondary is big and strong and fast. And then on the other side, you've got Singleton and Allen, who are playmakers, running the ball, killing the clock. And if Allen's on his best game, well, that's another element. So Penn State, I think, should blow them out of the water, unfortunately. That's just where I'm at with them, unfortunately. Nothing against SMU. It's just better team.
Yeah, I'm on that same side. I think Penn State's got a blowout written all over it. SMU, I don't want to say no chance, but it's
again, it's
this game scared me until snow and cold.
Right.
And I'm talking like 20, 29 degrees, somewhere in there.
Right now it's
They're
like 27.
saying, I was going to say AccuWeather saying 27 degrees, partly sunny, I think is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're saying potential snow. If that snows, then, and in that cold weather, SMU has not, I don't think they've been in anything.
I don't think SMU's faced a defense like Penn State all year.
No, they haven't.
That, and they said they haven't played lower than 60 degrees all year.
Yeah,
something like that.
Like they just played Clemson, where I think it touched maybe 59.
Oh yeah,
maybe 58. Oof. And again, that's still South Carolina. That's not cold.
Bring out the sweaters.
Yeah, exactly.
To me, that's where my thought process changed.
Sure.
This is the one team other than Arizona State I did not want to see Penn State going up against. Arizona State, I think the worst thing that happened to Arizona State is they got a bye. They are a hot team. If you keep that hotness going, and they've got the best name in all of college football, Scattaboo. But listen, Penn State had some great news, some crappy news this week. Drew Aller informed the coaching staff that he will be coming back for his senior year.
Yep.
And they're only losing 2 skilled players off of that offense.
I believe so.
Tyler Warren, Singleton and Allen haven't said a word, which tells me that they're probably coming back.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about them leaving or not, which I mean might be the right move for a running back at the same time at this point, because if you're not going first round, what bother?
They had an off year last year. They've been a little better this year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they've been their freshman year. but they come back their senior year and they have like a freshman year their senior year.
Yeah.
Then you're talking potential late first, early second round draft picks for both of them. That being said, I think this may be another case of it might be close in that first half, but Penn State wears them down in the second half with the run game and kind of breaks it open in the second half. And Penn State's been a second half team all year long, so it wouldn't surprise me. Let's move on to Clemson, Texas. I'll start off here. It worries me a little with Quinn Ewers. Hasn't looked the best
right
over the past month and a half. I think since he's come back from injury, I think he's in his head a little too much. I think he needs to learn to be mentally stronger. And if Clemson can force him into mistakes and force him into pressures early on in that game, Clemson can hang in there and beat Texas in a close, ugly game.
Oof.
Okay.
That's my only worry. But here's the thing. Sark's not going to let that happen. If Quinn Ewers has issues, he will yank him hard, and he will end up going with Arch.
That's what you got to do. Like, unfortunately, like the best coaches know when it's time to make the switch. Like that's what Sark has been doing thus far. I think that when it comes to Texas Clemson, myself, I'm kind of viewing this like I saw when we played A&M. Like it'll be close by the number, but it won't look close on the field. Like Klubnik will throw a touchdown, I'm sure, or make a play to score a touchdown. But Texas's defense has been elite all year long. I mean, they've got one of the best.
They're the
safeties.
number one defense in the country.
They've got the top cornerback in the country according to the awards. Jahdae Barron's going to be a number one first round pick. That kid's incredible. Colin Simmons as a freshman has just gotten better and better and better as an edge rusher.
Ridiculous.
He's going to probably be a first round pick by the time he gets there. I mean, there's so much with that team, but you're right. Quinn is the big question. Can he go? Is he going to be okay? There's all this talk now about, is he going to go to the portal? There's all that interest from UNC and all da. Certainly, yes, that would be of interest.
As much as his stock dropped, I would enter the portal and go to North Carolina for a year.
Maybe. I mean, look, they've got
a freshman quarterback, but he's not going to be ready to go year one. I don't think Belichick.
Bryce Baker is going to take at least a year or two to get there. But
so why not bring in Quinn Ewers?
I mean, if he wants to go, but that's the thing is, do you want? I mean, that's
Did
the
we
Texas
really
hero.
even talk about Bill Belichick to
Yeah,
UNC?
we talked about it. I mean,
A little bit. I mean,
we can talk about it next segment for
yeah,
sure.
we can definitely
For sure.
get into that more so
because we're going to talk transfer portal in the next segment as well.
Because, but I don't think he would.
Sold.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
I don't think he'd leave Texas. Like he's born and raised Texas hero, Texas legend.
So you're saying he'd transfer within the state?
Probably, if you're going to do that.
Oh, by the way, Houston.
Yeah.
Miles, really?
What, you're shocked?
A little bit. Oh, a little bit. You want some pizza, my man?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
I'm trying to use the camera.
Yeah, exactly. But you what you said was right. If they Quinn Ewers is struggling, you got to pull him, put in Arch. And honestly, I don't know if Arch is better necessarily. Quinn knows the
He's
system.
more mobile.
But yeah, Arch is more athletic, bigger arm, bigger in person. Just there's a lot you can do with both quarterbacks.
Charisma.
Yeah, might just be in a better headspace overall.
True.
He has
pressure's been all over Ewers. There's been none on Arch Manning
since day one when he was at South Lake Carroll. It's been you're the highest recruited kid in the state of Texas.
I disagree with that. Your name is Arch Manning. There's pressure.
Oh, sure. Yes. But he's delivered every time he's played.
He's coming from Louisiana going to Austin. Like the pressure's there, but people are like, but he's going to deliver. He's a Manning.
If there ever was a laid back pressure.
Exactly.
I heard this is a rematch of the Texas State Championship.
Yes, Cabe Klubnik versus Quinn Ewers. This is a battle between South Lake Carroll and Harvard Westlake of Austin, by the way, too. That's the thing. Clay Klubnik's going back home to Austin. So I'm excited to see this game, but I think Texas will, I'm going to say like 20-7, something like that. Like
you think they completely shut down?
It's just, I don't trust Dabo and this team.
Really?
I don't trust it.
He just got his first portal guy.
If you were
don't care.
if you were struggles, do you think maybe Clemson can backdoor cover at the 12?
Maybe. The difficult part with them is that Klubnik has to be the one on because their run game. Maffa's good, but he's a power back.
He's dinged up.
He's always dinged up. He's always hurt, and they don't have a capable backup for him that can do what he does because he's 230 pounds that can catch a football. And they don't have anybody. Anytime they throw it to any other's backs, they bobble it in the air. And I'm sure Dabo's going, God, if only Trevor could just come back to school. I guarantee you he's praying he could come back because that was the guy that made that offense work when they went to the national championship.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Texas kills them.
I'm a lean Texas kills them just because of the defense. That defense is nasty.
That's the thing. Selling me a lot on this is in these championship games are going to be defense.
Anything else to add, Nick?
No, not really. No, I would have to say horns up in this situation.
Horns up.
Hook 'em, baby.
That's for you, Jenks. All right, let's get to the marquee matchup of the night, or that's what at least college football's saying to us because they're in prime time. Jackoffs. Tennessee versus Ohio State. I'll go to you first, Nick. I want to hear your thoughts on this one because I've been going back and forth all week.
I see that 7.5 in favor of Ohio State, and I'm kind of questioning that. I like that for Tennessee a little bit.
I love the spread.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the spread.
I think this might, again, you see that number throughout the board, a lot of big numbers, and nothing's really close to this matchup. I think Tennessee could probably sneak in and win this game. I think there's a chance. And this is the idea that, Ryan Day doesn't deliver in big games type deal. I don't know. I know they're not playing Michigan. It's a T instead of an M this time. So I know he's afraid of letters in that sort of sense. But,
he hates the alphabet.
Yeah, he's just not a fan.
Well, I hate to tell him, man, your thing's an O, so I don't know if he knows that.
But it's behind though.
Right, it's behind the Buckeyes, of course.
I think this it's close for sure with Tennessee could be, sneaking it out.
Here's what it for me, it all comes down to. Point blank, end of story. Nico Iamaleava. If Nico goes out there and plays the way he did the first half of the college football season, ball game.
Sure.
Ball game. Tennessee goes in there and upsets Ohio State. I don't trust Will Howard. I think Nico's the better quarterback in this situation. I would lean wide receiver wise. It goes to Ohio State.
Oh, by leaps and bounds.
But I give Tennessee the edge defensively.
Not
by much. But I do give them the edge defensively.
If there's only one other factor I see, it's just that it's the far stretch. Maybe, just maybe, the fix is in. They want to see an Ohio State Oregon rematch. So I don't want to break my back.
The college football playoff system.
Ohio State wins this game. Their next game is against who?
It's against Oregon.
Is it against Oregon?
It's Oregon.
It's a possibility.
I don't want to say the fix is in, but it's going to look a little smelly. If,
considering how well those ratings did,
I will say this much:
you could easily.
If Ohio State loses in the first round, Mike Vrabel isn't coming to the Chicago Bears. He's going back to Ohio State to be the head coach of Ohio State.
Yeah,
I mean
they want Ryan Day's head on a fish.
See, but then you have to worry about the Chicago Bears going after Ryan Day.
Yeah.
He's gonna coach at like Michigan State or something like that.
Fort Valley State.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, by the way, congratulations and shout out to Michael Vick, new head coach of Norfolk State.
Mm-hmm. Going back home, baby.
Going home.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you saw Teddy Bridgewater said he's thinking about coming out of retirement because he led his team.
Screw that, man. You did that well with your high school football team.
State championship.
Stay maybe one more year, and then go be an OC.
Yeah, that's true.
True. Yeah.
He's that type of guy.
Go back to Louisville.
He's that type of.
I can imagine him being an OC talking to the quarterback. Have you considered wearing 2 gloves? It's just that's going to be like the
dude. Trust me, see, I threw for 4,500 yards in college. Come on, man.
Here's the thing. Teddy Bridgewater is one of those guys that I could see 5-10 years down the road being a head coach in the NFL.
Oh, sure.
Because he's that not great guy, but he was above average enough that you knew his
Tasted
name.
success and knew what to do with it.
Like Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Wasn't an overly great quarterback, but was good enough and was smart enough to be able to coach.
Well, when your coach is come to vouch for you when he got, I mean obviously my Northwestern always wanted
right now
everywhere.
I'll guarantee you I know of at least one that would probably bring him back.
He's 15 minutes down the road. All you have to do is just walk over there and say, "Hey, welcome back." Like that's all you have to do. So,
that being said, I want your analysis on this game because I'm intrigued.
If Ohio State is what they are, pass the football, let your wide receivers win the game for you, they win this thing. If you try to play punch for punch with Tennessee, and I agree with Nico, but I don't think Nico even has to have that great of a game. It all comes down to, can you stop Dylan Sampson?
Okay, you're
stuff the
going
line
running game there.
Yes,
okay.
because he has been hard to bring down. Like I know we talk about Ashton Genty. This kid is by far, I think, the second best running back in the country. If you're not taking Genty, you should be taking Dylan Sampson. Now, again,
that's interesting.
He's taking a lot of beatings, but for 256 carries, it's not a lot.
Yeah, he dinged up too.
Yeah, all running backs have bumps and bruises, but if you can stop him, you can win the game. And I think that the defensive line for Ohio State, they are extremely talented. They are so good. So I think they can stop him, and I think Ohio State can win this game. But like you said, if Nico can play,
the spread's really
no.
nice.
That's the thing, though, because obviously what we saw against Michigan, if you don't come to play on that passing game for Ohio
Nico's
State,
going to make you pay.
Exactly, he's going to kill you, and then you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. If you decide to say, "Well, we've got Judkins and Henderson," that's great. Use them in the red zone. Why they don't do that, I don't understand. Throw that ball. You get in within 10, 20 yards. Run those boys. Let them go in. Who cares?
Ohio State is literally like 2 bad plays in that Penn State game away from having 3 losses and not even being talked about.
Absolutely.
Like legitimate.
And the same thing is said for Michigan. Like they were one mistake away from possibly still winning that game. But of course, Ryan Day does what he does best and overcomplicates things and makes it hard for them to be able to win.
Calls timeouts at weird. He flew all over that game.
Oof.
Yeah,
Easily.
legitimately.
No, easily.
They had 2 minutes 54 seconds, and Michigan had the ball, and they were just going to run. And he doesn't call a single timeout.
I didn't understand that at all.
Didn't call a single timeout. I was like, "What are you doing?"
Floosed it all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did. I literally yelled at the team. He's floosing this. All right, so
It's a new F word, I didn't think.
give me
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just want to say for Arizona State, I was saying they were using the new term "forks up." No, guys. I put it on Twitter. Your thing should be "fork 'em." That should be your cry.
Fork 'em to death.
Fork 'em, baby.
All right, pitchfork.
Exactly.
Give me your 4 winners. Moving on. Nick.
I think I said Ohio State was going to be my final 4, but I'll go with Tennessee. I'll go with Texas. I'll go with Penn State, and I'll go with Notre Dame. Just because, like I said, I didn't want to go all chalk in the first round. There's got to be some sort of upset somewhere.
Sure. I will go Texas. I'll go Oregon.
No, not final 4.
Oh,
just for these 4 games.
Oh, just for these 4 games.
Yeah.
Texas. Give me Ohio State, Penn State, and Notre Dame.
He's so chalky.
I know. Listen, man.
Chalk master. I might have to introduce.
I would like to pick upsets. It's just hard to when
I'm gonna have to introduce you to the guy named the Dunkster. That's how chalky you're being right now.
God.
I'm gonna go Notre Dame with a last second field goal to win it.
Okay.
I will go Penn State just because of the weather. Texas, I think that has the biggest possibility of being a blowout.
Yeah.
And then I'm going Tennessee as well. I have this feeling. I think that Michigan game might live rent free in their heads a little bit longer than anybody thinks. And I think Ryan Day and Chip Kelly do something stupid.
Honestly, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
All right. So when we come back, we're going to play a little game.
Ooh.
Andrew's got a game for us.
I do.
And I'm very excited to play the game. It's all about the game. Getting a little physical, by the way, with Kevin Owens on Saturday night. So we'll talk about that on BK Dub on Friday, 11 o'clock.
Absolutely, ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right. But when we come back, we're going to play a little game with Andrew here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports.
This is the best fans in the world.
No better team. SportsTownChicago.com.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive has all of the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now's the time to get yourself to Valley View by car, on foot, or even by air to take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly, because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours, and the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
Hey, I'm Andy Griggs, asking you to help prevent domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't a woman's issue. It hurts all of us. Women are injured and killed every day by their husbands and boyfriends. So it's time for men to take action right now to teach boys that violence against women is wrong, to help prevent abuse before it starts. Call the Family Violence Prevention Fund at 1-800-END-ABUSE to get a free Take Action kit containing tips on what to say to boys. That's 1-800-END-ABUSE. Teach early.
Indeed is the #1 job search user with over 250 million monthly users. Indeed's priority is to help everyone in the job searching process to find a job by uploading 10 new job opportunities every 10 seconds worldwide. With Indeed, you have free access to job searches, resume uploads, and company researches. There are over 10,000 employees at Indeed that pursue to help people find the job they are looking for. They connect with millions of people to new opportunities. Go to Indeed.com and sign up for free and create a resume and let Indeed do the rest to help you on your job search.
Hey, I'm Jesus Mauricio. Be sure to tune in every Friday to listen to Zeus Off the Bat, a baseball talk show from 1 to 2 p.m. where I'll be discussing and updating you on all things about baseball, news, predictions, reactions, and more about the Cubs, Sox, and everything across the league. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. right here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget to follow and share our Twitter and Instagram with your friends at Zeus Off the Bat. Zeus Off the Bat.
Mortal Kombat!
It was either that or Matrix for me.
Yeah.
That's where my brain went again. Tekken? Tekken's another one. Yes, absolutely.
Great game show music, and I
By the way, this totally offsets what this game is. Like 100% the opposite of what this game is.
Uh-oh.
So, because it's Christmas time.
Okay.
Christmas. Okay.
What my friends and I have done on tradition, I don't know if I've ever told you this. I don't think I've never
We've
told you
known
this.
each other 5 years, and you haven't told me something.
No, this is it didn't happen in 2020 or 2021. That's why.
Why?
Because, things were happening.
What happened in that year?
Yeah, I
Those
know
years?
it's been a while. But
I got divorced. So there's that.
Yes, that did happen. It's correct. But we used to do these things that we used to call Hallmark parties, where we would watch the Hallmark movies.
no.
Oh, by the way,
just drink until oblivion.
It is confirmed. Royal Rumble at Monica's.
There we go.
Okay, sweet. So I
You're
thought
going over the top.
Yeah, I was kidding. So I thought it would be good if I got a bunch of these hallmarks that are together, and then I came up with some ones that are not real. So I thought I would give you some plot lines from them real quick and some titles, and you guys could decide if it's a real or fake Hallmark Christmas movie.
This is fun. I don't want to ruin it if this is one
by
of
the
your
way-
options, but that Kansas City Chiefs one looks fun.
Oh, I saw that one. That was one we watched yesterday for the
my
party.
God.
It is remarkably bad.
Can I just
and
say
yet
something?
good somehow at the same time.
I love my sweetie very much. I was not at the house one night, and she decided that it was Hallmark movie night, and she wanted to do the Chiefs story.
Okay.
She has legit Hallmark bingo cards.
Oh yes, I've seen those. Yes, they actually used to do. For those that don't know, they used to do Hallmark fantasy football.
Oh my god!
I'm not
That's
kidding.
hilarious.
You can pick the movies, and whatever used to be the highest rated would get you points, and you actually could win $20,000 once upon a time ago. I know that because we did this for 3 years on XBomb.
Oh, that's hilarious.
We never came close. Never came close.
That being said, she had a glass of wine and fell asleep like 30 minutes in.
Really? Yeah. Was it the Hallmark wine?
No,
because they do have Hallmark wine.
She just got a promotion.
That's right. Congratulations to her, by the way.
And we went out for a congratulatory dinner,
Yeah.
and the place we went to happened to have her favorite Pinot Noir.
Ooh, nice.
And I told her, well, why don't you buy a bottle for yourself?
Yeah.
As a congratulatory. No, I just want a glass. So I bring the server over. I want a bottle of that wine before we leave. I paid for it. And she was having that.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun,
Listen-
and I'm glad she's enjoying her Hallmark movies. She goes, "Are you ever going to watch?" I said, "Listen, I watched 90 Day Fiance with you.
It's true.
I watched 90
did.
Day Fiance Last Resort with you. I feel like I've done my due diligence. You refuse to watch pretty much anything that I watch because it's too violent.
No Humans
too
versus
bloody.
Hamsters?
I got her to watch 5 minutes of this, and she looked at me and she's like, "Are you flipping kidding me?"
It's so good. It's so good.
Just share your edibles. She'll change her mind.
She can't.
Okay.
With her job, she can, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just joshing.
Just joshing.
All right, gentlemen, are you ready for this?
Okay, let's go.
So let's start this off. So the first description we have. So is this real or fake?
Okay.
Newly single and unemployed, Elise finds herself running her family's Christmas tree lot. Unfortunately, the lot has a new landlord who has zero Christmas spirit and who threatens to shut them down. With the help of a handsome customer, Darren, Elise tries to save her family's business. Real or fake?
Oh man,
I'm going real.
I'll go real.
That's such a Hallmark movie thing. That's real.
Real?
And
that is correct.
Oh, nice.
Gentlemen,
What
what
is that called?
It is called Fur Crazy.
What?
Not joking.
Fern?
Coming to a Pornhub near
FIR
you.
crazy.
Coming to a Pornhub near
It's
you.
this is the thing is like between this and like Lifetime movies, like they're just so ridiculous. Like what was that I saw? Vineyard Murders was a ridiculous one from like that's a real movie, by the way, from Lifetime.
Is it based on a true story? Too?
No. They always say loosely based off a true story.
I'll tell you what.
That
you know
one
what
was
channel
not.
I've been getting into lately? ID channel's got some good stuff.
They do.
on it.
Yeah, they do.
Body cam's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I love those videos online. They're
Yeah.
great. All right, the next one we've got a set of identical twins are dissatisfied with their current situations, so they decide to switch lives for the Christmas season. By doing so, they each learn the true meaning of their own lives, real or fake.
No, I'm gonna go with fake.
I'm gonna go fake too because that's holiday.
Okay. That is incorrect. It is real.
Oh, okay.
Switched for Christmas. It actually stars Cadence Cameron Burr, who is in like 35 of these movies, by the way.
Can I just say this?
She's, for those that don't know, she's from Full House. Oldest daughter from Full House.
Good
for her.
Do you want me to be honest about this?
Sure.
It sounds like Parent Trap, the Christmas edition.
It's essentially that. I know that because I've watched that.
Why? Like
because we watch them, we drink wine or alcohol, and we have a good time.
I love you to death, man, but like there are certain things that just aren't going to get crossed off my Christmas list, and that's probably one of them.
Watching any of these? Yeah.
The Hallmark Christmas movies? No, I don't watch Hallmark. Period.
It's understandable. All right, next one. Catherine, a high-powered attorney, finds herself in a moral conundrum when she must represent a large corporation that's threatening to build on the land of a small town uses for its annual Christmas fair. Real or fake?
Fake.
Yeah, I'll also go with fake. on that
Mikey.
one.
Mikey.
We're due for a fake.
It's fake. That is
Okay.
correct. It is in fact fake.
Okay.
All right, next one. Jessica is in charge of finding a Santa for her town Christmas parade, but her only option is a stubborn Uber driver who lives 200 miles away. She hires him for a trip home in hopes of convincing him to take the Santa gig. Real or fake?
That sounds real.
Real.
I'll go real.
That is correct.
All right.
You guys are nailing
Hold
this.
on.
It is called Finding Santa.
We got the beautiful Micah Carl that's going to join us. We are playing real or fake Hallmark movie.
Okay. Yes. That we're catching a little bit of a something
They're just
here.
grabbing all the house or people.
By the way, no, I think on purpose. I don't think they want the limelight no more. Sounds
that's
like
fine. That's fine.
All right. Next, a former hotel maid becomes a governess for a young girl, only to find that the girl is actually a princess with a very handsome father. Real or fake?
I'm going real.
I'll go fake.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Sure. A former hotel maid becomes a governess for a young girl, only to find that the girl is actually a princess with a very handsome father.
Real.
Real? And you're saying fake, right?
Yeah.
You are wrong, Nick. It is, in fact, real. It is called Crown for Christmas.
Way too weird of a love story.
By the way,
Crown for Christmas.
Like I said, man, it's crazy, some of these. All right.
Oh my god.
Next, Ashley is a marriage counselor who is unlucky in love. But when she starts counseling an older couple who looks remarkably like Mr. and Mrs. Claus, she falls in love with their son, Matthew. Real or fake?
Real.
Matthew Claus? That's fake.
Just because of the name.
I'll go real.
I'm going real.
Real, fake?
Yeah.
Mike, you
You don't name.
Oh my
You
goodness.
don't name the.
I just
You don't name the offspring
Mike-
of the Clauses Matthew. What are we
Matthew
doing?
Claus was the thing that kicked it off for him. I love that.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, our next one.
I'm going real as well.
A seamstress? Come on, that's
Sure. Yeah, we'll go real.
Real? That is correct. It is real. A Royal Christmas starring Lacey Chabert is the name of the movie.
Anybody with an
Christmas.
odd job, it's a real movie. I don't know what it is with Hallmark, but it's true.
Yeah, these all
That's
sound like
very true.
when Family Guy would make fun of Hallmark. All of these sound like that. Those.
Speaking of which, before you get going,
Yeah.
again, because we got plenty of time here.
Oh, of course.
Hey,
I got plenty of these, by the way.
Peacock guys. We watch Peacock.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I would
Once in a
assume
while.
since you have WWE.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Day of the Jackal yet?
No, I haven't.
Phenomenal.
No.
Yeah,
idea.
Phenomenal.
Love the
Thank
network,
you.
the show, and the animal. Great. Yeah.
Thank you for the suggestion.
It's a great one. I
It
got
is
them all
a
day.
What is it
great.
again?
The Day of the
The
Jackal.
Day of the Jackal. Okay.
Eddie
Redmayne.
Eddie
is
Redmayne.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to spoil it too much.
Gotcha.
But he's a
Assassin.
bad guy
Yeah. Well, because
on the run. Doing
I know.
bad things.
I think you had suggested it. I know you definitely did. I started watching The Lioness finally.
Yeah, I showed him that one.
Great show. I
I
love
love the
it.
trailer for that.
Season 2 is pretty badass.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. That show is amazing. I love it. That and Landman. I'm hooked in now.
I
I know you don't like the Landman
Billy
thing. I get
Bob,
it.
man. I can't
Yeah.
do it.
I'm more of an Aqua guy, so Aquaman.
French Fred.
Mike, I love you
Saying.
so much, buddy.
For the water, you know.
You're a Momoa guy?
I'm an Avatar Part 2 kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? Never actually seen it, but I know what it's called.
You're not missing much. I promise you.
You didn't enjoy it?
I don't like Avatar. I've told you this.
Doesn't like Avatar, but he'll watch every Jurassic Park movie that's ever made.
Do you like the other Avatar?
The second one, The Way of the Water, whatever
No,
it is.
the other.
I like the cartoon.
The cartoons, yeah, the
Yeah.
cartoon's amazing.
Yeah,
The one that M. Night Shyamalan did, that was
Yeah.
that's
I
okay.
was just curious if you just hated avatars.
No, I know what you were asking. I just
Because
just to clarify.
you have a thing against all avatars.
Well, just the ones that James Cameron does that you don't necessarily need all that unnecessary plot. Anyways, okay.
I just didn't like the environmental message that I needed to just.
Well,
be spewed at
unobtainium,
me.
it's like lazy writing too. Like, come on, and bad acting.
Unobtainium, easy to obtain.
Guy in wheelchair that has to save the day. I don't know what his name is. Again, I keep blanking on it. But
Sam.
Sam.
Well, that's his real name.
Right. Yes, but
is that his game or
no? It's I don't know. I
didn't see the movie.
Something. All right. Let's go on with the plot.
Not wasting 3, 4, 5 hours of my life on this.
Exactly.
Not happening.
Do it on Lord.
Not
of the
watching
Rings instead.
Titanic either. You don't know what
watching a
ends.
Bears game though?
Still haven't watched Oppenheimer.
Still haven't watched Oppenheimer.
That's fun.
It's a good movie.
That's a crime.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's like saying you've never seen Interstellar. Like, what are you doing?
Never seen.
I haven't seen it
Interstellar.
yet.
Seriously?
I want to. I just haven't had the time just yet.
It's so good. God.
That maneuver is going to cost us 51 years.
Although, I will say this: super stoked for 28 years later.
I did see that. That looks.
I
pretty good.
did see the trailer for that. I'm intrigued. I do like 28 Days Later. That's a great movie.
That's a zombie movie, right?
Yep. 28 weeks later, and now they're doing 28 years later.
Yeah.
Which is the one with the? Which one of those is the nighttime Alaska one?
Oh, 28 days. Oh, Jesus.
Because
that's
20 something, 30 days of night.
Hold on.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know
Doesn't it-
exactly what you're talking about.
I get those confused sometimes.
It's called 30 Days of Night.
Well, you could also throw in Sandra Bullock with 28 weeks.
Yes, 30 Days of Night. He is correct. 30 Days of Night.
So I'm just an idiot. Okay.
No, you just
Two
don't
completely
want to believe
They're
me.
two completely
Andrew?
different numbers. That's also true. You haven't seen Interstellar. Why would I believe you?
I'll say the same. I'll offer it to everybody. Anybody who wants to go see Nosferatu with me, let me know because I've heard it is absolutely fantastic.
That was one of the first movies I saw when I was a kid growing up. So
I'll see anything with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
They said he's great, like as the comedic relief apparently in the movie.
okay.
Like that's what he's there for. So I'm intrigued to
I
see
can
this
see that.
movie.
Hey, yeah, I heard it's unbelievably well shot. I heard the story is amazing, and I heard the acting is fantastic.
I believe it.
I have no opinion. I haven't even seen the trailer or anything.
Huh?
I like it.
Seen.
It looks fantastic.
As we've gone off the rails of the game,
Yeah.
That's
now I love talking like I'm
saw Smile 2 on the.
See, you can't
I
do
liked
it,
it.
man.
I liked it.
One of
Smile
those,
2 is a good
I
movie.
really
one of
liked
those
it.
things
Yeah.
that should not be evil in the world. Smiles, children, and clowns.
But that's
No,
what
but
makes it
that's not-
so
No,
good.
The smile isn't evil. There's
Yeah.
a demon behind it, which is really cool, and it got ramped up in the second one.
Oh
so I
yeah,
really liked
they
it.
took it to 1,000 and
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
You know what movie I've heard is super disappointing, and I'm really PO'd about it because I love the whole premise of it.
Mm.
What was it? Was it Trapped or something? It was the M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh yeah,
one.
Trap. Yeah, the one with
Trap.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Oh, in the movie theater?
40 Days and 40 Nights guy.
Yeah.
Whatever. His
No,
name
when
is.
he goes to the concert and
Yeah,
he's
and
okay.
he's serial killer.
Serial
Yeah,
killer.
That wasn't a good movie.
I heard that it was horrible.
There was a plot hole in the trailer.
Yeah, they
Well, I mean, they basically gave the whole movie up.
Well,
More or less.
yeah, that, and then it's just
I
like,
still wanted to see it.
yeah.
Now you guys
it's
are
not a
ruining it.
bad watch, honestly, because I watched it on Max.
Okay,
It's still a good watch. It's just it's got moments in it that can take you out of it, and that's what happened with me.
I'm sure.
And it very much is like a hey, my daughter can sing. By
Yeah,
the
that-
way, because
that's
that's
also
M. Night
what-
Shyamalan's daughter's like
yeah.
the pop star.
So I have a
Because she's actually
very,
a pop star.
I have a very low floor for enjoying movies. So
I understand that. I'm right there with
you should
No, I took a
introduce
movie class. Now I'm up here. Now I'm a snob.
you should introduce them to some of your great movies like Velocipaster.
no,
yeah.
I don't do that.
Rubber.
No, I draw the line at Sharknado, and after that, I'm
Oh
done.
man,
I was gonna say that you could see what was it
Or
again?
Eight-Legged Freaks. I hate spiders, but I love that.
love
movie.
There's-
that movie.
Yeah, the
Love
movie's
that
so
movie.
bad. It's so
Arachnophobia?
bad.
Do you
No, no,
you like Sam Elliott? Yes. Do you like Sam Elliott?
those are two good names.
Sam Elliott, the actor from
Sure.
stealing that one for
he-
sure.
if you
Whenever I hear-
he's
whenever
the
I hear
father,
someone that
if
I
you've
don't
seen
know
The
who their
Ranch,
name
he's the
is.
father on there. I don't know if you've seen The Ranch at all on
Nope.
Netflix. No, okay. I'm trying.
Tombstone.
Tombstone, yeah. That might be one. No.
Really?
No. Yeah. No.
Well, okay. He's in a movie
But
that's the name of the movie, and it's actually shot on like 35 millimeter, like as a real movie, like made for the theater.
okay.
I just if you
Your word for it.
if you want to check out something that's like well shot but
You know-
still crazy.
Do you know what that sounds like? Bubba Hotep.
Yeah, yes, essentially.
That's
Yeah.
what it so
100%.
sounds like. Bubba Hotep is a great movie. It is a great movie. I don't care what anyone says.
Never heard it. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy that plays Nash in the Evil Dead movies.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, Jesus.
He
I can't remember now. This is gonna kill me.
he is Elvis in a nursing home, and the nursing home turns into zombie, I believe.
Yeah, something like
Zombie, alien, something like that, and he saves the.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
and
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
It's called Bubba Hotep. It's hilarious.
If you want something that's really outside the box, they do this, and it's funny enough that we have one of these going on right now on Adult Swim coming up. They do this every Christmas time. They have that. It starts off as just a fire, and then it turns into a couple comes into the door.
Yeah.
You're still on the fire for like 15 straight minutes, and then it's an argument between them, and then sure enough, before that, like a crazy hillbilly, like backwoods couple actually came into the house. So. What are these called? I forgot what
Yule logs?
It's just called Adult Swim Yule Log. Watch that coming up. It's so obscure.
I have seen those before. It's so strange.
Yeah.
I'll give you a show that I've been told to watch. I don't know, probably the Yule Log.
Yeah.
You didn't
Did
see
not
that?
see that?
Oh, okay. I don't
Okay.
know what you were doing.
I just got a straight line.
I'll give you one that everybody's been telling me to watch for a very long time, and I haven't. And I just started the first episode, and I'm already hooked.
Oh yeah.
Invincible,
Oh, okay.
the cartoon,
Yeah.
on Prime. It's amazing.
Oh yes,
Superhero
the
cartoon. Yeah.
I got into the first episode and I liked it. I just didn't watch the rest. I forgot why.
It's kind of like The Boys, if you will, on a more cartoon.
Never.
You never watched The Boys?
I thought it was a code.
Have you watched The Boys?
That's fair.
No.
No.
No, it's
No,
good too.
it's
That's
on my
right up your
list.
alley.
It's on my list.
I
Nick's been
would-
yelling at me for a while. To watch
I would
that.
I would recommend, since you recommended The Day of the Jackal to me, I would recommend you go and watch The Boys.
And the Gen V spinoff. I would do that too.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
pretty solid as well.
I've heard good things.
It
get so caught up, man. There's so many stuff.
I
stuff that
know.
watch.
Well,
Yeah,
he and I have been going back and forth about the new NCIS Origins, which is
I still have to watch that.
fantastic.
I know you were saying good things. You
That's-
recommend too still?
Are you a fan of NCIS?
I have been, yes.
Then I'm just gonna say you need to watch it.
Okay.
Because I'll-
It's
Sweet.
dark
I'll drop a
too.
bad
Is
word.
it not
Yeah.
dark?
I like
it's-
that.
How is that?
No, I said I like that.
Oh, okay.
I like
I was
when
like-
things have a more more of a darker tone to it. I'm always
This
more
has
attracted
a
to that.
very dark tone.
Okay.
It's cool too
I like
because
that.
there's certain things that are like I've seen every episode of the OG show
Yeah.
20 times over, and there's like stuff that is maybe only showed up in one episode
Oh, really?
that is like such a subtle detail, but like if you're looking for it in the new one, and like sure enough, it'll pop up.
Oh, that's. All right, I guess I
Yeah.
got.
And
It's
it's
another
Mark-
one I got to start.
and it's Mark Harmon narrating.
Okay. Oh, yeah. It's you.
Yeah, it's
You did say that.
How many times have I told you? We're just going to do this the rest of the time.
Yeah.
How many
I'll
times?
save these for another time.
How
There's
many times
plenty
have I
more.
told you to watch the new Matlock?
That's true. You did tell
Kathy
me.
Bates is amazing.
That's true.
Amazing. Do not watch the new Saint Dennis,
Oh, is that bad?
the hospital version of The Office. My
Yeah.
butt.
Oh yeah.
Not good.
I heard drops on that. Yeah.
Blech. Yeah. There's a couple new ones that have come out that I mean, FBI's killing it this year. All three.
Wasn't the
I haven't
Office
watched
coming
those.
back again? Isn't
They
it?
said they wanted to reboot it or something. I don't understand that though, because the show in itself still replays well. It still gets
Yeah.
views. So I don't know why you have to reboot.
Oh, they're talking about rebooting a whole bunch.
I haven't seen any
I
of the
know.
new King of the Hills on a completely unrelated note too.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I love King of the Hill, the OGs.
I haven't watched any of the new Beavis and Buttheads. I mean,
That either. Yeah.
Me neither. I listen. There's a multitude of things that are just amazing right now on any of these. By the way, Peacemaker season 2, 2025.
I still haven't seen the first one.
I'm still.
You've never watched?
I do. Do you know how much I've got on my plate to watch? Plus of all the things I'm doing, like
Peacemaker.
I don't know how you can watch it. It's just a.
I mean, we've
it's
only
just
rattled off
dialogue.
like
There's-
20
you can't even see
shows.
the actor. What's the point?
He did it. That was good.
That was good.
That was good.
Bravo.
That was pretty
I mean,
good.
I probably will be watching Enigma.
That's
What'd you say?
Enigma. It's the Aaron Rodgers
The
show
Aaron
that he
Rodgers
does, where he's like,
doc series.
he's
that
like,
just
I'm
came out on.
I'm a
Netflix.
quarterback, and now I'm gonna travel the world looking for things that are gonna, mentally stimulate.
I could
me.
watch that.
I'm
Aaron
definitely
Rodgers is interesting enough for me to be like, yeah,
absolutely.
Why don't you suggest
Senna.
Yeah,
everybody watch Senna.
I have to.
What?
finish that
How?
still.
Where?
Netflix.
Okay.
So Senna is
Phenomenal.
What is?
Senna is one of the greatest race car drivers.
Ah.
of all time.
F1?
F1,
F1.
in particular, but Formula 4.
You can also watch his
We don't need to get
documentary
into that.
too. on
Yeah, there's a
Netflix, which is
documentary
great.
called Senna on Netflix, and there's also a new 6-part miniseries called Senna on Netflix.
That is true.
Phenomenal,
Yeah,
both of them.
I cannot wait.
I will tell you that if you haven't watched it yet, Who Killed John Benet Ramsey?
I watched
Netflix
that,
one
yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah,
Where are you guys getting these titles from? I haven't heard of any of these shows.
I get
Your
these
algorithm
things
is
pop
on
up
other
all the
things,
time
yeah.
for me,
That's true. Yeah.
constantly.
I'm a huge fan of The Comeback too. That Boston Red Sox docuseries.
I heard the Game 7 series that came out was pretty good. They just talked about all the different Game 7s. that
Yeah,
was-
I've
that
heard
was
that's
good.
really, really good.
That's
as well.
really good.
So I know the Cubs one is on there.
Mhm.
What are you laughing about? The fact that I said The Comeback?
You said it, not me.
Yeah.
Big Bird.
I still can't wait for the new season of Squid Game.
Yep.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes.
Didn't finish
Season
it.
2.
Season 2.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought that came out already.
Nope.
No, not yet. Coming soon.
February.
Yes.
No, Mr. Beast's Squid Game came out, and then the season 2.
Okay.
It's,
Stranger Things final season's coming out.
What, in like 10 years?
Yeah,
They're all
yeah,
40.
Honestly, that show has taken so long for
This
the
final
next
season.
season to come out that I've lost interest.
That's
I don't even care about 11.
Now everyone
I'm-
says that.
I know, and
Isn't
it
she-
comes out. I'll
Isn't
be
she
like,
21
yeah.
now?
Yeah, I don't even care anymore.
I'm in the same boat with Mike because once the actor strike, whatever took place, we're like, well, this is going to take forever. Like, they're not going to get this done in time. So my mind just moved on to anything else, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
but I will probably watch when it comes out, and I'm sure I'll be disappointed.
We'll get the next season of Outer Banks.
Final-
before we'll
hey.
get Stranger Things.
That's true.
final episodes of Cobra Kai too,
That's true. Yeah.
which
Yeah.
that ended on a huge holy crap moment.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
I haven't watched any of that.
Outer Banks was a
You haven't
great
watched
finish,
any of
though.
Cobra Kai?
I've never been into the like martial arts movies.
Yeah, that also missed me too because I didn't watch any of the Karate Kids because I don't like the 80s cheesy
yeah,
stuff.
I'm with him on that.
Nothing.
I don't like anything
cheesy.
cheesy.
I mean, the new Karate
I had the
Kid-
same
I don't
conversation with Scotty about some like we were naming off a bunch of like old Disney movies or whatever. Like I don't watch that. I was a Cartoon Network kid. I'm like I'm not.
Of course, Scotty's naming off Disney movies.
Well, yeah,
It was-
he's just
I-
gotten out of
yeah.
preschool. So
I'm with Nick. It's not that I like cheesy, but I don't necessarily like watching stuff that's like
You ever watch Last Dragon, which is on Netflix right now, by the way?
lower quality.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't.
Bruce Leroy, he's show enough, aka Herman.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff. Apparently,
Yeah, I'm just too wrapped up in sports. That's what happens. I turned.
that's the thing is like with my
I'm
job,
coming-
like
I can't wait. Come February, whatever.
There's
That
a-
Super Bowl
yeah.
oh yeah,
final buzzer hits.
There's a.
I'm gonna
lull.
breathe.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna breathe and not watch sports for a little while.
because I know NBA doesn't matter until the second round of the playoffs, so
Yeah.
you're good there for till summertime. NHL, I mean, the NHL is just I don't know. You could wrap up.
I'll watch a game 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll watch a game 7.
sure. Well, I'm watching the playoffs even too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind watching in the playoffs for NHL. It's just the regular season. I mean,
I'll watch Connor McDavid.
so,
Get a nice
yeah,
little break
sure.
until March Madness. And
Yeah.
basically after the Super Bowl, that's about it.
I mean, I'll,
Formula One starts at the end of February.
Okay, there you
that's
go.
true. Yep, exactly.
What happened to your boys last night, man?
My boys.
Liv went down.
Oh. That was on, right?
Yeah.
So I saw on the Instagram that they were doing stuff, but I couldn't find it on the television.
I think it was on TNT, sir.
I couldn't find it, man. I gave up.
To
be fair, I give up pretty easily. But
I can't find it. I know what it is.
Flips through 3 channels. It's nowhere.
It's not right in front of me.
I don't know. I haven't known where my remote control is for months, so I have the app on my phone, and it's just it's the Xfinity remote.
I would have just got a
for
new
my phone.
TV. I would have gave up.
No,
Same thing.
It's so much.
Yeah.
It's so much easier from the app.
Just get the universal
I can
TV.
change it.
Your
I can change
universal
where's
remote.
my phone? I don't even know. I can change the channel once I get my phone anywhere.
You lose everything. It's so funny. There hasn't been like a show or an event that we haven't worked that he's just like, where's my keys? Where's the
That's true.
every time.
I have a new system now. I have a pocket that they need to go into
Okay.
every time.
That's good. There you
Do
go.
you, do,
That
the,
boy.
do you now do the Austin Powers?
No, I do
Spectacles,
Oh.
testicles, wallet, and watch.
That's great.
By the way, rumor is that there's a new Austin Powers coming out.
Yeah. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. Why not? Why not?
I wanted Sean Connery to be Fat B's dad so bad.
Oh, that's okay. Fat bees.
I'm not going there.
There we go.
All right. I
that's
think that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah.
Everybody, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We'll talk to you on Monday. Probably be one show this next week. What are you looking at there, buddy?
What? It's just a random.
Okay.
It's a bot.
It's a bot.
Yeah.
Come join us in our click.
It's not even saying anything. It's just
Sitting there.
nonsense.
Sitting there being pretty.
Yeah.
stand
If
it.
we want to buy some viewers.
Nope.
All
Maybe
right.
next time.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week.
Yeah.
For me, David Double D Dykstra.
Andrew Pepe Valentin.
No gimmicks. Nick Johnston.
I'm Mike.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't have a cute tagline.
And he's on the mic.
No, you can't do Mike
Nope,
on the mic.
That's not copyrighted, though.
That's Napolitano.
Yeah.
He hadn't copyrighted it.
And
So.
I don't think Mike wants to be compared to Napolitano. No. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike.
And on those words, stay positive, be positive, surround yourself with positive people, and positive things will happen for you. We'll see you on Monday here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for